It's been a while since I was awake this early. I am loving the sunrise. Good morning, friends. Welcome to Saturday. I wanted to start taking walks. I think I mentioned that in yesterday's vlog, so here we are. And I'm just hanging out outside, watching the sunrise, and I'll probably be back in pretty soon. I want to meditate and stuff, so that's the plan for this morning. Man, I'm out of shape though. One lap around our neighborhood and I'm winded. Mostly because half of the walk was uphill, so that got me. But hey, this will be good training for sure. There we go. That's more like it. I am finally rendering yesterday's vlog. Also, wow, I do not have a good grip on my phone. Let me go ahead and fix that. There we go. Not having a tripod to record these has definitely been a struggle, but I'm getting used to it. I also just didn't have a very good grip because I had the phone focused on my laptop first, but it's all good. I'm getting yesterday's vlog rendered, and it's been a very relaxing morning. I came back in after my walk this morning. I meditated, took a shower, got my hair nice and clean, and ever since then, everything else has just been coming naturally. I am trying to unpoison my mind today, and by that, I mean not using social media as much. I don't think I'm going to completely swear it off. I mean, I was messaging my mom earlier this morning and things like that, but I've noticed that in the past when I've tried meditating, my mind is just so jumbled with crap, and I think that comes from social media usage, and I'll kind of explain why. So the past couple days, when I was in my depressive episode, I would try to meditate to see if I could mitigate the depressive side effects, but I couldn't focus for very long. The max I could meditate was about 9 minutes or so before I'd get too fidgety. My eyes would pop open, like I just couldn't do it. And I think it's because when I use social media, particularly in the morning, if I wake up and I'm scrolling through like Facebook or Twitter or something, it's what social media does is it essentially tells us what to think and how to feel, whether we know it or not. That's kind of what it does. And we let outside forces shape our feelings and our thoughts, and that's not how it's supposed to be. This morning, however, I decided that when I was going to take a walk after seeing Kayla off for work, I was also going to avoid social media in the morning. I was avoiding checking my phone basically at all, like only using it for a timer for meditating or journaling, but not using the actual social media element itself for at least the first hour that I was awake. And it was good. I was able to actually focus on my meditation. I meditated for 25 minutes. I set a timer, and I could have absolutely gone longer. I think I'm going to try half an hour tomorrow because it went well. And I've felt great since. I've been more mindful. I enjoyed some leftover jambalaya from last night as breakfast. I was listening to some Final Fantasy piano arrangements earlier instead of watching something on YouTube. And I got some writing done. I got 600-ish words written, which is pretty good progress considering, oh my gosh, I think it's the coffee. But considering that I didn't get any writing done yesterday, 600 words isn't bad. And I'm just doing good. I'm being more mindful. I'm enjoying the weather. I have my back door open because it's actually felt really good this morning. So, can you guys see you can't really see the skies because it's so bright, but it's nice and blue outside. I'm really enjoying the weather. I actually haven't really needed the AC. Ever since I came back from my walk, because it was so cold this morning, I actually just opened the door and let the fresh air in. And after I meditated and took a shower, I walked back out here and it felt cold, like the air conditioning had been on. So it's been really nice. I'll probably have to close it around noon, but it's been really wonderful having the window open. And there are sirens. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but that's always a fun part of living in the city. At least I'm surrounded by nature. That's nice. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get this vlog rendered and uploaded. I don't know what my next plan is, but I'll probably play Final Fantasy IV. In any case, we haven't shared a sip of coffee on the vlog in a long time. So now that I'm drinking coffee again, why not do so? Mm. Oh yeah, I actually learned that coffee goes really well with jambalaya. I don't know why, but there's something about like having slightly sweet, mostly bitter coffee accompanying the spiciness of jambalaya, and it tastes really nice. I did it. I actually did it. And it took 4 hours ish. I say that because I spent about 11 to 15 minutes, I think, in the intro. So it's more like 3 hours and almost 4 hours, basically. But I got them to level 20 because I just enjoyed the combat that much. And if you ever play this game yourself, don't do this. It's a complete waste of time and effort for plot reasons. I won't spoil why, but basically there's no need for you to ever level grind Cecil at the beginning of the game. He starts off at level 10, that's going to be good enough for the time being. There are other characters that join your party that you will have to level up, but for Cecil, you do not have to worry about it. Do not spend 4 hours in the opening area. I just did this for fun, and I'm very familiar with the game, so it's purely just for the enjoyment of the combat and just kind of taking my time. So I think I'll play a little while longer, and afterward, I think I'll spend some time reading. I only have really one book with me, so I'm just going to go ahead and read that. But it'll be a good time to just kind of spend time reading, kind of in the quiet. Whoa, hold the phone. So Kain apparently maxes out at level 20 at this point in the game? I just got enough XP for him to get to level 21, and it just stopped. I had no idea that was the case. Never mind, it was a false alarm. It was a weird glitch though. It told me I leveled up, but no stats increased. So, like, what the heck happened there? Also, this is a really nice touch. In the other versions of the games, Kain never leaves the party for this scene. It's just Cecil standing here, but like, here, Kain actually came out to show that he was the one talking. I love little details like that. I love these pixel remasters so much and seeing how much they changed. I just finished playing Final Fantasy IV for the time being, and I just gotta gush about it a little bit. Oh my gosh, the pixel remaster is really good. So, all this time, I was actually going under the assumption that the PSP version of the game was the best one. I always consider that the definitive edition, which it kind of still is, because it contains the bonus content that the Game Boy Advance version had. I don't know if the anthology version had it. I've never actually played the PS1 port of Final Fantasy IV, but I know that the Game Boy Advance version has like extra dungeons and stuff, so I know the PSP has that. It also not only has the After Years, which is like a story after the story ends, like takes place like 16 years later, I think, but it also has the interlude, which connects the two stories, and I really like that about the PSP version. But playing this one, I'm discovering a lot that I really enjoy. For one, a lot of the modern RPG elements are in there, so like a lot of quality of life is there. Descriptions for items are they're concise and helpful. They actually tell you what certain items do if you use them in battle. And instead of being kind of a vague description, it straight up tells you, oh, this item will cast this spell, kind of that sort of thing. And there's just a lot of very helpful descriptions, and I really like that. The translation is very good. For the most part, it's very similar to the Game Boy Advance and PSP translations, but they added lines of dialogue, and that makes me so happy. Like, there's this one cutscene where some soldiers come in, and Cecil has to fight against them, and like they're basically his own comrades, and they're like, okay, no, we're gonna kill you now, basically. And in the original or in the other translations, it just, before jumping into a battle, it just ends with the general saying, then you shall die, basically. But they added a line of dialogue where after he says that, Cecil goes, let's, like, we'll see about that. And it's like, it's such a nice touch, giving Cecil more personality like that. I really appreciate that. And I mentioned in an earlier clip where during the first dungeon, Kain would show up during lines that he said instead of it just being Cecil's sprite on screen. And that's such a good attention to detail. I love this game so much. And I'm like so excited to see what else they've changed. It sounds like they've added more content, kind of. Like to at least add more to the story, and I'm enjoying that very much. At any rate, I'm done for now. I'm gonna go ahead and get some reading done. I'm actually gonna also open up the bedroom window because it's apparently the highest it's supposed to get right now. I think we're in fake autumn because I've noticed lots of leaves falling, and the high today is only 63 degrees Fahrenheit for anyone watching overseas, because I don't know Celsius, but 63 degrees Fahrenheit is not hot at all. In fact, it's actually almost cold, so it's really nice. It's surprisingly cool for how sunny it is. Got some clear skies. We do have some clouds kind of scattered about. It's quite nice. I decided to come stand out on the porch because even though I did get some outside time when I went on my walk, I decided, it was early in the morning, there wasn't really any sun. I decided to come out and actually kind of be in the sun. I do have some shade above me, but if I walk forward enough on our balcony, I do get sun access, so that's nice. I think I'm just going to stick around out here for a little while, just kind of soak in the vitamin D, and go back inside and work on my book until Kayla gets back home. I think that's a decent plan. I also meditated before this again. I read the first couple chapters of Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman, and then I ate my food, and then I went in and meditated, and since earlier this morning I felt I could go an entire half hour of meditating, that's what I did. It took a while to really focus, but after a while I really felt it sink in, and it was nice. I think half-hour meditations are going to be the norm for me now.